Okay, so we're recording. Welcome. For those of you that maybe are brand new, my name is Brittany Hayes and I'm your Presidential Diamond Leader. And I'm just super excited just to share some things with you guys tonight on just mindset, on upselling, on just ending the month strong. But I'm also excited to get started in the beginning of this Zoom with some tips that I have to share with you guys that came straight from my last couple coaching sessions with Rachel Hollis. I've been a part of her coaching program. And I've had 2 sessions with her so far, and she is fire. I know so many of you guys are huge fans of Girl Wash Your Face and Girl Stop Apologizing. If you haven't ever heard of her, definitely download her books. They're amazing. But she just shared just some gold that I wanted to come and just pass along to all of our team because I think it's just things that all of us can benefit for and really easily implement into our routines and into our just month in general, just end this month with a bang. So a couple things, I'm just going to dive right in that she said in my last session with her. She said, what do you love about, or why do you love your product or service? Why is it the best around? How do you use it in your life? Imagine that you're telling your best friend, express yourself in that like real, like personable manner. And she was saying like, the reason this is so important, so that I want you guys like get your wheels turning as I'm talking. And like, if you have your notebook, go ahead and start writing down notes. If you don't, you can write notes in your phone. But she said it's super important to like know these things because this is what makes it a lot easier to communicate with people about the business. And so I'm just going to read you guys what I wrote, and feel free, like if you like this, you can write these things down and they can be yours. If you like parts of this, but you want to expound upon them, then like start jotting down what's popping in your head. But I wrote down, I love that I'm a part of a company who dreams big and encourage others to be the best version of themselves. I love that our products are affordable and really work. I love that our products offer incredible results while being simple to implement. I'm obsessed with how our products make me feel, and I love that I'm so confident in how they'll make others feel too. And so what I hope you guys took away from that is that when you start finding a couple things that you can implement into your routine and you start working on being the best version of you, not being like Brittany, not being like your enroller, not being like, one of your other fire type leaders, but just being the best version of you, and you start improving on you every single day, that is where just true passion and energy is just going to explode out of you, and people are going to see that. And that's one thing. If you guys saw my post I made yesterday, I made this post and got so many messages about it, and it was basically a very generic post. I didn't talk about specific products, but I talked about how these past 2.5 years being a part of this company and using our products regularly, how I have never felt better. I've never felt like a better version of me, and that resonated with so many people because that's what people want, is to be the best version of themselves. So anyways, write down some notes of things that like what you think about when you think about why you love this company. And these are things that are valid whether you've been in 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. But it's going to make it so much easier if you know why you love the company to actually go out there and talk with that excitement and that energy to people. One of the other things that she said that I thought was so good, and you're going to want to write this down too, is she said, what are the like 3 advantages of someone joining you as a distributor, and then what's the 3 advantages or best features of your products? And so I'll just read you guys mine, because I think when you can nail these down, you guys, like this was like an aha moment when she said this. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is so gold. I think if you can nail these down, this is when it makes it so much simpler to overcome objections, because you know exactly what to say. I wrote, like me as a coach for new distributors, I wrote, number 1, I'm solution minded and will always help you find a way. Number 2, I'll always believe in you. Number 3, I've already paved the way and know what to do and am amazing at what I do. So if you join me, you can be sure that you will be successful if you do what I teach you to do. And so when you nail those 3 things down, like what's the advantage of someone joining you? And I want you to really dig deep. This is when it's so huge because you're going to talk to people with these 3 things in the front of your mind, and they're going to have that confidence in you because you know exactly why they should join you. And then about the products, and so again, feel free to adapt these as your own. I wrote down what my opinion of the 3 best features of our products are, is that they're all natural, they're plant-based, and they're amazing for you. That number 2, they fit seamlessly into your life and routine, setting you up for success. If you guys watch my posts, you guys know that's the message I preach loud and clear every single day, is that our products are simple and fit seamlessly into your life. And then number 3, I wrote that they're affordable. I firmly believe anyone can afford our products if they want, especially because we have options that people can use as a meal replacement and things like that. So anyways, I encourage you to like really write down those 3 things that you think are just amazing about our products, 3 things that are amazing about you as a coach to somebody. And I also just feel like I need to say this, even if you're brand new and you've only been in the business for 3 days, there are 3 things that are amazing about you as a coach for somebody. There's 3 things you should be writing down. Maybe it's that you have a huge heart. Maybe it's that you love people. Maybe it's that you have felt for a long time that, God has laid it on your heart to help people break chains of debt. Whatever it is, there's 3 things that about you are going to make the difference in someone else's success. You've just got to figure out what they are. And that's going to help you be so much more confident when you talk to people. Anyways, moving on. Okay, so one of the other things that she said that I thought was so good is she said, what makes you feel the most confident? She was like, what do you feel the most confident about? And I said, for me, like I feel the most confident when I look my best and when I've done my self-development and pumped myself up. And she said, oh, hold on guys, my phone's ringing. And she said, okay, then don't ever not get ready again. If you feel your best when you look your best, then don't ever not get ready again. It's so easy to not get ready in the morning because you don't have to, you work from home. But if you feel your best when you get ready, then get ready every single day. And then obviously the other one was easy. If you feel your best when you do your self-development, then start your day off with self-development. And so I wanted to share that because I think we as moms, and I just want to preface what I'm about to say with, what makes me feel my best isn't necessarily what makes you feel your best. Like you might have something totally different. Maybe for you, it's going on a run every morning. If you feel pumped up when you go on a run, then commit to waking up whatever time you need to wake up and going on a run. If it's maybe just getting a shower before your kids wake up, like whatever it is, like figure out what makes you feel your best. Because here's the thing, and she went on to this more in our session. She said, when you feel your most confident, you're going to have the best results. You're going to make the most money. You're going to be the most effective. You're going to be the best version of you. And if we're not doing the simple thing that's going to make us feel the most confident, like that's on us. And so again, for me, no shame here. I feel I'm most confident when I look my best. If I don't get ready in the morning, I feel like crap. Like I just feel like, oh, blah. And so that was like so easy for me to like identify, like, okay, I have to be making sure that after my self-development in the morning, I'm getting ready. Because if that's what makes me feel the most confident, then why would I ever not do it? Anyways, the other thing that, just kind of moving on, she said, this is where we're really going to transition into upselling and stuff. She said 20% of your customers will give you 80% of your revenue. 20% of your customers will give you 80% of your revenue. So you have to master your selling style, number one. And for me, like I said, my selling style is phone and voice message. Like I can seal the deal with anyone over voice message. I can seal the deal with anyone over the phone. I don't particularly like talking to people in person. I can do it. And if a mom seeks me out at a birthday party, I can definitely help them. But my most comfortable selling style is phone and voice message. So she was like, okay, so do more than that. Do more of that. She was like, don't try to like the secret isn't trying to do something that isn't your selling style. And to clarify, she's not saying do what you're most comfortable doing. She was saying like, do what is your best selling style. Like when are you your best? When are you getting the best results? When do you notice, oh, when I do that, I am always sealing the deal. Like more often than not, they're saying yes, and I'm getting them an e-suite. And this goes for both distributors and customers. Like when is it? So for me, it's phone and voice message. I have a feeling that's probably similar for a lot of you, but maybe some of you, it is something different. I know we have several girls on the team who rock it out doing sip and sample parties. So for them, if they know, like I bring in 2,000 a night when I do a sip and sample, then like they're going to want to make sure they're doing more of that, because why would we not do more of what's clearly bringing us results? This is where I thought this whole next section of our session was just golden. And I'll try to make sure I don't talk too fast, so I'm not just blowing through this, because it was so good. She said, your number one sales strategy is consistency and time management every day of the week. She was like, that is when you're going to have the best results. So she said, she had me write down, like, how many do you need to sell of what your favorite combo to sell is, which I said mine's coffee and greens. She was like, how many do you need to sell of that to reach whatever your current monthly goal is for your income? And so like for me, I just kind of did some figuring, like, okay, if I were to sign this many customers of coffee and greens, where would that put me for my goal? And so I wrote that down. And then she said, okay, now here's where you have to do a reality check. To reach your monthly goal, she was like, how many do you need to have every single week? How many do you need to have every single day? She kind of went through these things. And then she said, how long does it take you to get one potential? Like how quickly can you gain one potential? And I wrote down 10 minutes or less, because let's get real. I can throw one host to post up. I can do one before and after and potentially get a new potential. Like there's a million things we can do, right? That we get a new potential from. So she said, write down on average, just how long does it take you to get one potential? I wrote 10 minutes. She was like, okay, if that's all it takes you to get one potential, then the way that you should be looking at it as if every 10-minute block of time, I could be getting a new potential and I know what I need to do to seal the deal with these potentials, then really I should be getting way more than my goal. And I'm kind of like simplifying this to not like overcomplicate it. But basically this was a huge eye opener for me, that even someone like me who's pretty efficient still wastes time. We all still waste time, and it's really easy to convince ourselves we're busy because we feel busy, but we're really not doing the income producing activity things. And so, and by the way, I want to just remind everyone, because I know more people have hopped on, if you have any questions at any point in this, please put them in the chat so we can go over them. But yeah, so anyways, that being said, I just thought that was so huge. Like being just so realistic with yourself about what you're spending your time on. The last thing that she said was there's 3 main ways that you're going to increase your sales and like increase your total profit. Number 1 is increase the number of customers. Number 2, it's increase the average transactional value. So that's the average BV amount for us. And number 3, increase the frequency of repurchase. Now, this is where I want you to really like hang on to what I'm about to say. I already shared these with your Fire Tribe leaders and their minds were like just as blown as mine were. So I hope you guys catch this. She said, all you need to do is have each sale needs to be 10% higher than it's been. So if all your customers have been 90 BV, you need to raise that 10%. Start adding a cleanse onto all those. If it's coffee and greens like me, 90 BV, add cleanse onto everything, or add Thermified X onto everything. Increase it by 10%. And then you need to get your old customers ordering more, and old customers that have maybe stopped ordering, they need to be ordering again, and then get 10% more customers. That's it. So often we're looking for this like magic secret, like, oh my gosh, I saw this Zoom where someone signed 300 customers in a month. How do I do that? And she was like, that's not what you need to do. You need to get your old customers ordering more. You need to increase your average sale by 10%, and you need to get 10% more customers than you're already doing, than you're already signing. She was like, it's that simple, but so often we overcomplicate and we get so caught up looking left and right at what all these other people are doing that we forget it really is that simple. So I hope you take those 3 things away into your month with like a firm resolve to implement them. I want you to know, since I had that session with her, I have added on Cleanse or Thermified X to every single coffee and greens orders. And you guys, I was feeling really good about my coffee and greens orders. I was like, hey, it's 90 BV. I'm not 30 BVing anybody. Like, it's 90 BV. I'm doing good. And when she said, like, why would you not increase it by 10%? I'm like, I don't know. It's a great question. And it's been amazing. So here's where I really want to transition into like some practical tips for you guys about how I'm doing it. So my biggest tip with upselling, and this is something I got from Amanda Stein, one of your triple diamond leaders on this team. I got this from her back when she went diamond. I just kept seeing her blow up eSuite, and everything she was signing, it didn't matter what she was signing, she had like greens added onto everything. And I was like, I finally called her and I'm like, what are you doing? How are you adding greens onto every single customer? She's like, oh, after I get the information, when I'm about to get their order in, I just ask them if they'd like to add greens. I tell them greens amplify the results of all of our products. And I'm like, that's all you're doing? She's like, yeah. And then they say yes, they want to add greens on. I tell them they're $1 a day. They love it. They say, yeah, throw that in there too. So that being said, this is how I've been adding Thermified X and Cleanse on. And I can't claim this as completely original to me because it stemmed all the way back from when she told me that like a year and a half ago. But basically what I've been doing is whenever I get their information for coffee and greens, I voice message them and I say, okay, great. I'm going to get your order in for this right now. Hey, before I got your order in, I wanted to offer you, I can totally give you 40% off on our 2-day cleanse to reset and jumpstart your system. A lot of people love to add that onto coffee and greens just to get that reset and just start off fresh right out of the gates. Did you want to add that on too? It would only be $36 with the discount. And guys, it blew my mind how many people like right away were saying yes. Hold on, let me make sure that I can do it. And then with Thermified X, what I do, it's the same thing. I just basically say, okay, great, I'm going to get your order in. Hey, before I get your order in, did you want to add our metabolism booster on? I can offer you 40% off on it. It's normally close to $70, but it's only $36 with our discount. And it is just going to, rev up your metabolism and just really enhance the results you're already going to get from coffee and greens. A lot of my coffee and greens customers like to add this on just to get, results even faster. That's it. Super simple. And again, I wait till I have their info because I already have their info. If they say no, worst case scenario, I am getting a 90 BB order in, but there's a good chance they're going to say yes, because especially they've already said yes. They've already given me their card info. Like they're already excited about products. Like what's one more? So that is like one thing that's just been golden for me that I firmly believe like everybody can do. That's so simple to do. So, and again, this is where voice messaging just comes into play so huge, because they hear your voice, they hear your excitement, and it's just like, it's so tempting just to add one more thing. And here's the thing, and this is something that I've talked about a lot with a lot of other leaders too, and they share the same notion. Like the more things you can get your customers on, the happier they're going to be. Because the more products you can use, our products are designed to work synergistically with each other, and they all complement each other. So the more products you can get your customers on, the faster they're going to see results. The more excited they're going to be, the more confident they're going to be. They're going to get back to themselves quicker and be singing your praises faster. And that's what you want. You want your customers to be feeling their absolute best. And so don't look at upselling as a way like, oh, I'm just trying to get them to buy more. Don't look at it like that. Look at it like I have their best interest at heart. And if they, get my recommendations, they are going to be so happy with their results. I'm reading the chat here. Jamie said she's been doing that with collagen and hair, skin, and nails. Collagen's the main one. She's adding on hair, skin, nails. I love that. See, it's so simple, and you can do this with anything. And I'll just elaborate on Amanda's tip, because if you're not someone that you sell a lot of coffee and greens, so you're like, okay, how can I upsell? Amanda's tip that she shared with me like 18 months ago was adding greens onto everything. Literally everything she just added greens on. And so whether it was hair, skin, and nails, or whether it was, fat fighters, it didn't matter. No matter what they asked her about, once she got the info in to put their order in, she just said, hey, did you want to add our greens on? Our greens give you full servings of fruits and veggies, they detoxify your body, and they amplify the results of blank. And then she would mention it was $1 a day. So again, just keep it super, super simple. But yeah, kind of transitioning in from like upselling, I wanted to just really get into just being solution-minded in your business. If there's one thing that I've learned in this business, it's that the name of the game is overcoming objections. If you can be solution-minded and you can firmly believe, and I know this can be hard if you're not wired this way naturally, if you can firmly believe that there is a solution for every problem out there, you will never have a problem with success. You will have success. It may take you time. It may take you work. I won't lie to you until you'll wake up tomorrow morning a triple diamond, but you will have success if you could get in that frame of mind that no matter what problem is thrown your way, there's a solution for it. You just have to find it. So this goes into every single objection that you encounter, whether from customers, whether from distributors, it doesn't matter. Whether it's people on your team right now, whether it is potential distributors, if you can get in that frame of mind, you can overcome anything. So I'm not going to get like really hard into overcoming objections tonight, because I do have a Zoom on my YouTube called Overcoming Objections. It's 30 minutes long. And the whole point of that Zoom was going through detailed objections and telling you guys exactly how I would respond to them. So if you haven't already, feel free to watch that later, or put that on your to watch soon list. And if you have watched it, it's just been a while, watch it again. It's a good refresher. But basically, I am just gonna like touch on a couple examples. So when someone comes to you, like let's say maybe it's something like, you're following up about a product and they're like, oh yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get it right now. There's two types of people. There's the type of people that say, oh, okay. Or there's the type of people that say, oh, okay, just out of curiosity, do you mind if I ask what made you change your mind? Or, oh, just out of curiosity, did you mind if I ask, what made you decide to wait? A great line that I heard from one of my books I listened to last year, I can't remember which one, was to use just out of curiosity. He said that was a very non-invasive way to ask whatever you need to ask. And when you ask that, it just naturally in people's minds, it pulls their walls down, because they don't feel like you're being pushy, because you're just curious. Like that's the way that comes across in the human brain, is just like they hear just out of curiosity and they're like, oh, they're just genuinely asking a question. So if you're one of those people, like it's a little bit challenging for you being assertive, use that just out of curiosity. Do you mind if I ask blank? So this goes with potential distributors. This goes with potential customers. It goes with anything, just out of curiosity. That will open up the conversation for you to really figure out what the root problem is and fix it. So maybe, you followed up about coffee and greens and they said, oh, no, I'm sorry, I'm not going to get it right now. Oh, just out of curiosity, did you mind if I asked what made you change your mind? Oh, it's a little bit more than I was wanting to spend. Oh my goodness, girl, no problem. I completely understand. We have a new metabolism booster that people are raving about. I'm actually looking for some product testers for it right now. It's normally close to $70, but I can offer it to you for $36 with my discount. Did you want to get that instead? Would that fit a little more seamlessly into your budget? Boom. They're like, okay, like 111 for coffee and greens is too much for me, but I can definitely swing 36. And then once you get their info to get it in, you can still try to add greens on. They're still saving money from what coffee and greens would have cost. So just get in that frame of mind that no matter what happens, there's a solution. You just got to come across it. You just got to find it. And it's something that takes practice. It's something that, doesn't happen overnight, but I promise you, it's one of the best things you can commit to growing in. If you commit to growing in this area, you will blow your own mind where you are a year from now. I want you guys to know when I got started, I was not this confident in the business, you guys. I was definitely so scared of rejection and so scared of what people would say. But I quickly realized, okay, if I want to be up there at the top where they are, I got to figure this out. And so I know that for some of you guys, you're like, oh my gosh, like that just makes me so nervous, but don't be nervous. Like if you commit to growth and you commit to working hard and being consistent, God will bless the work of your hands and you will see success. You will see the fruit that you want to see. You just have to be willing to kind of grow through those, little challenges that are thrown your way. Michelle asked, how do you handle when someone looks at your initial message but never responds? I will usually voice message and just say, hey girl, just checking back in. Did you have any specific questions for me? Or if it was like maybe I sent pricing info and they didn't say anything, I'll voice message back and like maybe 2 days later and just say, hey girl, did you want to go ahead and get started on that? I'm just super direct and to the point. And I don't say a lot. I just usually come back with like a hey girl in one sentence. And what usually will happen with that is they usually will say something like, oh yeah, I totally read the message and forgot to answer. Yeah, I would love to, but I have to wait till I get paid. Or, oh no, I don't think I'm going to. And then again, that opens me up to, oh, no problem. Just out of curiosity, did you mind if I asked what made you change your mind? I'm telling you guys, like I say that every single day, just out of curiosity. Do you mind if I ask what made you change your mind? It's golden. And it just allows you to get down to the root issues. So yeah, definitely. One thing that I've learned, just kind of going back to Michelle's question, is that if someone opens your initial message but didn't respond, it can be a multitude of reasons. So don't assume that they're not interested or that, oh, they're no longer potential because they didn't answer, because you just don't know what was going on. They could have opened that message and then one of their kids just puked on the floor, got the stomach bug, and they're like, oh my gosh, and it's the last thing on their mind. They could be potty training their 2.5-year-old like I am, and he just peed on the floor right when they opened your message. Like, there could be a numerous things that happened that made them not respond to you that have nothing to do with not being interested, but they just really got busy. They could have been on their lunch break, walking back to work. There's just so many things. So one thing that I actually heard, I think it was from our ambassador upline, Tiffany Herr, when I was pretty new in the business, I was like an executive or Ruby, is she said, the worst thing you can do is assume. She was like, do not ever assume anything in this business. She was like, because you just don't know what was really going on. But if your mind goes towards the worst, then you're going to have the worst possible results because you just already wrote them off. But if your mind stays in the positive and stays in that solution minded area, and you tell yourself like, okay, they probably just got busy, I'm going to check back in 2 days and see what's going on. Then like you're more likely to get a response from them and have good results. And so that was something that was tough for me because I used to think if they didn't answer, oh, they must not be interested. And I've definitely come to realize that's definitely not true. So Mary said, do you wait the 90 days out before trying to retain your customer? So I have a couple things that I do for customer retention. I send a thank you card out during their second month. So I sign the customer. I always tell them, text me when you get your order in. They text me when they get their order in. And then when they say like, hey, Brittany, I just got my coffee and greens, I'm so excited. Then I voice message them how to use the products. But I don't do that until they get their order in, because I put the ball in their court. Whenever I enroll them, I send them their login information. I say, okay, great, your order's in. You should get in about a week. Here's your login information. My website is blah, blah, blah. Text me when you get your order. And then whenever they text me that they got it, I voice message them how to use it. And I just tell them I'm so excited for them. And this also ensures that they start using it right away, because I just gave them instructions how to use it, how to mix it, my favorite ways to use the products. And I always tell my coffee and greens customers, side note, I tell them to buy a frother. I say, hey, you can get a frother at Target or on Amazon for like $7. Let me know if you need me to send you a link for one, but you're definitely gonna want to get one because it's gonna make your coffee so smooth and creamy like a cappuccino. You're gonna love it. And what happens, they immediately all get frothers. And so this ensures they're using the products exactly the way I'm using the products. I don't have to worry about someone thinking it's clumpy or gross or anything like that because I'm telling them out of the gates, like, how they need to use it. So that saves me from having to like fix anything. Do you see what I'm saying? Like always be one step ahead if you can. And then what I do is during the second month, I send them a thank you card. So for example, like in March, Savannah sent all of our February customers thank you cards. So we always send out thank you cards for the prior month. And then after their third order runs, that's when I send them a voice note with the customer retention message. You guys can find that in the files of Fire Tribe. But I do that basically the first couple of days of every month. I message everyone that last month was their third order. So for example, the first few days of April, I messaged everyone that ordered from me in January. Because if they ordered from me in January, that means March was their third order. So they got a voice message from me in April. And you guys, like 9 out of 10 customers leave their auto shipment on. All it takes is just those simple things. You telling them how to use it right away. You sending them that thank you card, letting them know they're not just a sale to you, but that you care about them and you're excited for them. And then thirdly, checking in after their third order, letting them know that our company's about to drop a $50 gift card in their account plus 10% back. It's really going to be like over $100 in gift card. You're so excited for them. Let you know if they need any help with anything. Like that's how my voice message sounds. I don't even give them, I don't know how many of you guys watched the live streaming from Asheville, but I said this in Asheville. I don't even give my customers an option to turn their auto shipment off when I check in at 3 months. My voice message to them literally is implying I know they're going to leave it on because everyone leaves it on. And I'm so excited for them to get all this free money. I can't wait to help them pick out what they're going to spend it on. Let me know if they need to change their product up for anything. I would love to help them. And guys, it would be really awkward for them to come back and say, oh, thanks for that really nice message and all that excitement, but I'm still going to turn it off. Like nobody does that. Like they all leave it on because that excitement and that energy is contagious. So again, like if there's anything I can say, it's just you will never go wrong just voice messaging and transferring that excitement over to them. Last question, and then we're going to wrap this up. Actually, we have a couple minutes. We started 2 minutes late. If you have any questions, put them in the chat. I'm going to answer the question that's in there right now. And then if there's a couple more that pop in, I'll answer those too. But okay, iPhone 7 asks, what if it's for a host to post and they don't respond, but you know they looked at the message? Same thing. If it's host to post, I'm a little bit less aggressive with my follow-ups. If they didn't answer, I'll only follow up one time. Now, if they answer me, I keep following up just like normal. But like, let's say I send them an initial message and they see it and they don't answer. I'll usually wait about a week and then I'll check in and I'll say, hey, Sally, I just want to check in with you and see if you were still interested in getting started on hair, skin, and nails, or, our coffee and greens, whatever it was. And then if they still don't respond, then I usually will pull away because with host to post, they don't know me. They haven't been following me. They didn't reach out because they've been following my post for a while. Like they literally just saw me from their friend's post. So that's how I handle that. But if they answer once and say like, oh yeah, I'm interested, but I have to wait, they go on my normal follow-up list. Like I'm going to follow up religiously with them. Galaxy S9 said, where are the voicemail scripts? If you're referring to the customer retention message, it is in the files of Fire Tribe. It says customer retention message in the files. It's a little bit more condensed than what I just said. It's like the very, very condensed version. Just add a lot more excitement and fluff onto it. And I can even go in there and edit it. I haven't edited it in a while, so I don't mind expounding on exactly what I say in there. But yeah, when in doubt, the best thing I can tell you is just be overly excited and just be so confident that they're going to want to hang on to get that $50 gift card because it really is contagious. Okay, Tanya said, what about for people you ask to host a post, they see but don't answer? Okay, so in that case, I usually don't say anything back unless it was a situation they commented on my giveaway post. I sent them the message. They said, okay. And then they just never post it. Then I'll pop back in like a few days or a week and I'll say, hey girl, were you still wanting an entry into my giveaway? And then that way, whenever they that way they already had asked me about it. And so it's just a reminder to them. Like that's all it comes across is just a reminder. But if I sought them out to host a post for me, like they didn't come to me from a post, like I messaged them out of the blue unsolicitedly and they don't answer, I'm probably not going to say anything else. Ashley said, what does it mean when someone is added to your leads page in the app? all that means is they went to your website and they filled out the contact information, and that basically sends it to you for you to contact them. So you definitely want to contact those people, because that means they went to your website and filled out their info. So that happens a lot of times. Maybe if like someone like clicked your link from Instagram or something, they maybe went and did that. Okay, Michelle said, what do you do if you have a customer that keeps pushing their orders out to the next month? If they're in the middle of their 3 months, I'm very assertive and I will message them and tell them they can't do that. I'll just message them and say, hey girl, I'm not sure what happened, if we had a little bit of a system glitch, but I noticed that we don't have an order set up for you for April. What were you wanting for April and what day did you want it? I'll get that set up for you. And then when they tell me, then I will go and edit their auto shipment for April. So sometimes like people do that thinking like, oh, nobody will even notice I'm doing this. And then when you message them, they're like, oh, I don't know what happened. I want cleanse on the 15th, you know? So again, just like, if there's anything I can say, like, this is your business. So take control of your business and know that like you're the expert. People came to you for help with this problem. You're the solution-minded person that has all these solutions for them, whether it's with their health goals, their financial goals, whatever. And just like hold yourself to that standard, knowing that like I'm the business owner and like I am the expert in this issue, and just walk with that confidence in all these situations. And it really does get so much easier. Emma said, building my network, how do you connect with all the new people? I just like and comment on people's stuff. I like and comment on everything that comes up on my feed. So if it comes up on my feed, I'm loving it. On Facebook, you want to make sure you're reacting, not just liking like heart, wow, haha, one of the expressions. And I comment on for Instagram. I find that when I'm just consistently showing love network, like they come around to me. Like that's the #1 law of attraction marketing is if you want to strive to be the hunted, not the hunter, you've got to be a person of influence in your network. And how do you do that? You're a light in people's news feeds. They love seeing your posts because you are spreading positivity, spreading light all over the place. You're adding value. Your posts offer real value to their life. Even if it's something simple, you guys have heard me use this example, like something as simple as like giving people tips to get more water into their diet. Like they love stuff like that because those are real problems that people are dealing with. And so anything you can do to add value, that's going to be huge. And then lastly, showing love, like being that, source of encouragement, being that person that's always loving on their post, just cheering them on, telling them their kids are cute, like all the things that like make people feel good. If someone posts a selfie, comment on it and tell them they look beautiful. Like people don't get told that enough. Like how many times a day does someone tell you you're beautiful? Not very often, but whenever you join this business, you started getting a lot of feedback like that from your team. I would venture to say, if you've been in the business for a while. And how did that make you feel? It made you feel really, really good. Because in the real world, people are so busy, they don't stop to notice you. And so one of the best and most effective things you can do as a person that has this incredible platform of influence is to notice people and to take notice in them and to show them that their life is interesting to you. And just to say those kind things that other people aren't taking the time to do. That makes just all the difference in the world. Let's see here. What do you do if you have a customer? Oh yeah, we already talked about that question. So 10% more customers, 10% more on each order. The third thing, Kristen, was get old customers ordering again. So 10% more customers, 10% more on each order, and increase the frequency of your old customers. So like if they turn their auto shipment off, get them ordering again. If there's a sale, you want your old customers ordering it. Like you don't want to forget about the old customers. She was saying like in our business, like that's one of the biggest mistakes people make is they forget about the old customers. They're just always so focused on signing new customers, they forget about all these old customers to take care of. And 80% of your customers will bring you 20% of your customers will bring you 80% of your revenue. So it's gonna be 20% that spend the most money, but you don't know who that 20% is. So you wanna be taking care of them all and not forgetting the old customers. Deborah, I don't do any messaging. I just practice complete attraction marketing. But I do know that there are like the people that do take more of an aggressive messaging approach. Most of them do aim for about like 100 people a day. Okay, I think that's all the questions. We're gonna wrap this up. I just wanna leave you guys with no matter what, sorry guys, the chat, okay. There's some private stuff coming in the chat, but we're gonna wrap this up, you guys. If there was another question you had, you can ask it on the thread in the team page, or you can message your enroller. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up. But anyways, I am so excited for you guys. I'm so proud of everybody. You guys are doing incredible. I cannot wait to see everything that April brings and everything that comes from April. I love you guys so much. And I just want you to know, no matter where you're at in the business, no matter what stage of your journey in, growth is a choice that all of us have the complete control over making. It's a choice that no one has any advantage of over anyone else. Like, we all can choose to grow. We all can choose to be the best version of ourselves. I wanted to leave you guys with a quote from a book that I just finished reading, or just finished listening to, that I thought was so, so good. It's called Relentless. He said, "Success is not the same as talent. The world is full of incredibly talented people who are not successful. If you want to be unstoppable, you have to face who you really are and make it work for you, not against you." And he basically just went on to say that, like, you've got to hold yourself to a higher standard than anyone else could ever hold you to. And when you do that, it doesn't matter if you're the most naturally skilled person in the room. It doesn't matter if you're the most naturally gifted person in the room, because hard work beats talent every day. If you guys didn't see that post I made of Mason the other day, I made a post about how he went into like kindergarten barely able to read. And now in first grade, he's reading 96% higher than kids nationally his age. He's reading on a third grade reading level, and he's like literally just blowing us out of the water. But the only thing that changed was he had this competition with Savannah. Savannah's reading on a high school reading level. She's got natural skill, natural talent that he didn't have. And he kind of made this little like sibling rivalry joke with her at the beginning of the year. And he was like, "I'm going to be reading better than you at the end of the year." And he's super competitive. And so he has literally read more this year than I would venture to say most little first graders read. I don't know how much the other first graders read, but I'd venture to say he's reading more than most of them. He's choosing reading over doing other activities because he wants to get better. And so when we got his latest progress report, his teacher said he's reading at the top of our entire first grade at our school. And he's reading 96% higher than other first graders in the country. And I was just like, holy cow. And guys, all this came from was him just making the decision that he wanted to be better than his sister. He wanted to work harder and outwork her. And so I say that to say, like, it doesn't matter if you feel like you have a disadvantage. All that matters is, are you willing to work? Are you willing to put in the work and overcome whatever obstacles are your way? Because if you're willing to work, I can promise you, you're unstoppable. That's all that it takes. So make that decision. No one else is going to have to be checking up on me, making sure I'm posting. No one else is going to have to be making sure I'm adding to my network every day. No one's going to have to tell me to do my follow-ups, because I want this. I want this more badly than anyone could want it for me. And when you make that decision, you're going to be unstoppable. You're going to be that person that just keeps promoting. But the thing about it is no one can want it for you. I can call you and say, "Why aren't you posting? Why haven't I seen you post in 5 days?" But at the end of the day, that's really not going to do any good, because all it's going to do is make you feel like, "Oh, Brittany's watching me. I probably should post." At the end of the day, it has to be your decision. You have to do it for you. You have to do it because you know you can. You've got to do it because you know you should. You know you're worth it, and because you know your family's worth it, and you know your goals and your dreams are worth it. And the moment all that clicks in your brain, you will do what no one else on the team is willing to do, and you're going to have the results that no one else is going to have. I want you to know the people you look up to, that you've seen be on fire, it's not magic. It's not talent. It's not, and I'm not saying they're not talented. They're all super special. But at the end of the day, it's not talent. It's nothing. There's nothing magical you need to hear from them, like this secret, this mic drop. But you're like, "Oh my gosh, you just blew my mind." It's not anything like that. It's just hard work. They're all showing up every day, putting in the work, and they're doing it even when the days don't go the way they hope. They're doing it even on the days their kids are sick, even on the days they feel crappy. They're doing it on the days that are hard, because they know they can, they know they should, and they know that that's what's going to get them results. So make that decision, and you will be unstoppable. So anyways, I'm going to go already 10 minutes past. I love you guys so much. If anybody needs anything at all, let me know. I'm just so excited for everybody and so excited for what's to come. Love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you later.